Okay, so these are my patients. We can't really use patients because of HIPAA, but I'll be teaching you guys how to regulate and manage diabetes if you were to have it. So the first concept is like lifestyle changes to manage diabetes. But first, if you do all of this, you probably won't even get diabetes. But if you do have diabetes, this will help regulate it. So exercising for like 30 minutes a day, at least 4 or 5 times a week. Stuff like walking around the neighborhood or running, jogging, swimming, going on a bicycle or something like that, just to get you moving for at least 30 minutes a day. And dieting is another big one. You want to watch what you eat so you can manage your blood sugar. Do you all know what a typical blood sugar should be?
No.
Do you?
I think it's 70 to 100.
Okay, that's about right. So for your diet, you want to make sure you limit a lot of sweets, sodium, and fat. Can you all tell me any foods that fit into those categories?
Candy.
Chips.
Okay. What about foods high in sodium?
Oh, like what is it, bacon? Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good one. And you also want to like create a schedule, like when you eat. Some people meal prep. I think my mom is doing like 400 calories a meal. I don't know, but creating a schedule can regulate when you should also give insulin, and stopping or limiting how much you smoke. I don't think you all smoke, but yeah, the high levels of nicotine may be harder to manage the diabetes and how much insulin you should get. So now, another important aspect is how much insulin to give and how to do that. So first, you want to start by washing your hands, making sure they're clean and dry. You want to check the expiration date on the insulin. You want to make sure you roll it around, like don't shake it, but just roll it. You want to pop the cap off of it if it's brand new and wipe it with a little alcohol swab. Then you want to let that dry, but you don't want to fan it because that creates more germs. Then you're going to pull back on the plunger about how much insulin you're going to pull up. You're going to pull up that same amount of air in the plunger. And then after you have the air in the plunger, you're going to set the vial down of insulin and you're going to put the needle in there, inject the air into the space, and then you're going to flip it upside down and pull out the same amount of air that you pulled for the plunger. But you want to make sure that there are no air bubbles, so you might have to like adjust the needle or rotate the valve or something so you're not pulling up any air. And after you do get all the desired dose, you can take it out. You can kind of like hit it, but don't make sure don't bend the needle to get all of the air bubbles out. And yeah, then you're going to access a fatty part of your body. A lot of people use their belly. Some people use like the upper part of their butt and the back of their arms to insert the insulin. So you're going to clean the skin, then you're going to pinch it, like poke yourself with the needle, and then inject it and then take it out. And some needles retract, so if you push hard enough, they'll just go in. Some don't, but you don't want to recap it, so you want to make sure you have like a little container that you can put it in, not the trash, because the needle can go through the back. Yeah, so now we have a video that can also show you that, and these are also some handouts. And here's the video. Oops. Okay, and the last concept is like how you would feel about having diabetes. So, what's some emotions you may feel if you're newly diagnosed with diabetes?
Sad because you have to maybe eat healthier and you don't like healthy.
Okay.
Anxiety about ensuring you carry your insulin when needed.
Do you have any?
Stress or depression.
Okay, those are all the big ones. So right here you can see I have stress, embarrassment. Some people feel like this is like
Burden.
yeah, like life threatening, and then like you said,
kids.
yeah, like it's a burden. Defeat, depression, and anxiety. Some ways to improve these feelings, like I said, exercise is also another way to manage diabetes, a lifestyle change. But exercise also relieves stress, like the endorphins that you put out. Rest, making sure you get at least 8 hours of sleep each night, even though that's hard. We all have jobs, homework, and all of that. And sometimes rewarding yourself. Some people do like cheat meals. I wouldn't say do a cheat meal, but maybe like a snack or something. Because you want to make sure you're still within a normal range of a blood sugar. And also you can reach out to therapists, some physicians, well, y'all aren't patients, but if you were newly diagnosed with this, some physicians will offer you or tell you like different support groups that are in the area, but they also depend on like where you live, and yeah. And you can also talk to any family or friends. This disease actually, it's not a disease, it's a condition. But this is actually really common, so a lot of people actually have diabetes. So it also kind of ties into like hypertension and all of that. Hypertension is high blood pressure if you didn't know. So yeah. And you can also do some deep breathing exercises. So we're going to do one. Are you guys familiar with the 4-7-8 deep breathing? Okay, so you're going to inhale for 4 seconds, and then count to 7, and then exhale for 8. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to inhale for 4 seconds, and then count to 7, and then breathe out 8. Okay? You guys are ready? Okay, let's go.
I thought you were going to count.
Okay. So you're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, starting now.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And breathe out 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So now we're gonna kind of review. I don't want to say what's the most important thing about drawing up the insulin, but what do you all think is the most important?
Making sure it's the right dose.
Anything else?
Cleaning it before you
Okay.
inject it.
Or making sure you're choosing the right sites too.
That's it. Also, you want to make sure there are no air bubbles. You don't want to inject
That's what I was
air.
going to say.
Any exercises that you all might participate in to manage this?
Walking.
Yoga is a good one. Walking.
Swimming.
And any foods that you guys eat now that you kind of want to stay away from or limit?
Potato chips and snacks like that have a lot of salt.
Bacon. I ate too much of it.
Me too. Anything else? Do y'all have any questions? All right.